Oh man, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the channel here today to discuss about Smackdown for July 30th, 2021. This is not going to be a very positive review. If you're trying to look for a happy-go-lucky review on this channel today, you may want to just turn it off because I ain't going to be happy. I'm not going to be nice, and I'm sure as hell not going to say anything positive about this worthless piece of shit episode that I just spent 2 hours watching and wasting my fucking time after doing 8 hours of work today and then busting my ass taking care of my household stuff and cleaning up my home. This pisses me off. Currently, it is 12:47 in the fucking morning on the East Coast. I'm recording this video, and I spent 2 hours of my fucking time watching a wasted out piece of shit show. You have no idea how fucking pissed off I am. Maybe you do, and if you do, thank you for understanding my frustration. This is a fucking retarded company. I'm going to get into a few of the things that took place on this fucking show here tonight that just blows my fucking mind. First thing that takes place is we have the opener of the show with John Cena again. John Cena is supposedly out of the mix. He's not competing for the Universal Championship, supposedly. I thought they would make some logic out of this crap, but I'll get into that as soon as we get to that point. So John Cena's cutting a beautiful promo saying, look, you know something, Roman? You want to talk about how I was supposed to change my personality, change who I am, just because I left the company to go to Hollywood and do movies as another career, and you come ahead and you change your character all the time because people can't stomach you and people can't invest in your characters that you provide us, and you can't get it over. You are the one that's the problem. I'm the one being me. You're always having to change who you are because nobody can stand your fucking ass, is basically what he was saying in the promo. And that's Vince McMahon being the one fucking him up and making people not interested in him. So that was the one thing. He also said, I'm going to go ahead and show the world that you're the one, show who you really are. And that's a loser, basically. I thought the promo was excellent. It was funny. It was entertaining. Then all of a sudden they have Baron Corbin come out. Baron Corbin, the homeless Corbin. That's what the name I've given him since last week. He's Homeless Corbin. Homeless Corbin comes out begging for some money. And it looks like John Cena pulls out like a couple of dollars out of his pocket, gives it to him, and he says, that's all you got? Why don't they just have this guy stand? You know what would be funny about this character? Why don't they just make Baron Corbin stand outside of the arena with a sign saying, I'll work for food? Why don't they just do that? The guy looks like he's fucking homeless. He don't belong inside of an arena in a ring. He looks like he's unemployed. How could he be losing his house? He's getting paid. This whole storyline is illogical. It's a fucking burial is all it really is. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of Baron Corbin. I had a fan of Baron Corbin's come on here last year, I believe, left a comment stating his reasons why he's a fan. I believe what he said. And, you know, I said to him, hey, if you like him, terrific. I'm not a fan of his. But what they are doing with him at this point is god-awful trash. Really did not like this at all. And he was upset. He said, come on, man, I don't want your money. You think I'm standing here begging for money, really? I would rather work for the damn money. Why don't you give me a role for a sequel for a Suicide Squad or something? Or any other new role that you might be taking on, and give me an opportunity. I'll even be your stunt double. And he says, well, that kind of be a stretch, which I agree. That was definitely a stretch to say he could be a stunt double or some shit like that. Stunt devil, whatever way you want to call it. And doing his stunts, which I don't think would work because they don't look very much alike, number one. Number two, Baron Corbin's taller than him. And number three, he's more thin than fucking John Cena. John Cena's more wide and muscular. So that wouldn't exactly work. He'd have to do something else in, being a stunt double for another actor or something like that. But whatever. This eventually led to John Cena saying, you know what, I need to teach you something called an attitude adjustment. And he gives him an FU. I don't call it attitude adjustment. I think that's a fucking waste of a name. I don't think that deserves that. I would like the original move being called the FU. So, there you go. So that ended right there. Then we have a match between Jey Uso. Oh, God. Or not Jey Uso. Jimmy Uso and Rey Mysterio. Now, last week we saw Jey Uso go ahead and pick up a victory over Dominic Mysterio by Jimmy Uso holding leverage to Jey Uso to keep the roll-up pinfall in their advantage and avoid from Dominic Mysterio from kicking out. Okay, so they do that. They did that during the championship tag team match that didn't even take place on the main card of Money in the Bank. It didn't even take place on the main card. It took place on the fucking pre-show. Why the hell would that even take place on a pre-show? It's fucking retarded. Does anyone really watch the pre-show? I don't ever watch pre-shows. They are a fucking waste of time. They're not like watching Fox, the NFL on Fox Network or something like that. When you see Terry Bradshaw, Jimmy Johnson, and the other guys going ahead and Howie Long sitting there talking about the big games that are taking place for Sunday. They're nothing like that. They're unimportant shit is what pre-shows are. So apparently, Rey Mysterio and Dominic's son was unimportant along with the Uso brothers. That's real slick while they're teamed up with fucking Roman Reigns. That makes Roman Reigns look good too, huh? What a fucking joke. So, we have the match between Rey Mysterio and Jimmy Uso, and Jimmy Uso gets screwed by Dominic Mysterio and Rey doing the same thing the Uso brothers have been doing. Now, first off, why is this match even taking place? Why do we have to have singles matches between the tag team champions and the so-called challengers? You had Dolph Ziggler and fucking Bobby Roode on the show. Why couldn't we have gotten a tag team match taking place for that? We didn't get that at all. Street Profits haven't been doing much. Why didn't we put the Street Profits up against the Mysterios? Why can't we get any fucking, change of pace? All we get is the same repetitive shit beaten down. Aleister Black, now Malachi Black, has mentioned this before. They push you, then they pull you back. They push you, they pull you back. They have you do the matches over and over again to make you want to puke, and they beat things into the ground. They don't want to make any stars. So what is the point of WWE's existence? Really? People ask, what's NXT's point of existence if they build stars and then they break them down in WWE? Okay, my whole question is this, and nobody's asked this question yet. Why does even WWE exist if there's no reason to build stars? If Vince McMahon is afraid that they're going to go ahead and leave him for Hollywood, which, Vince, let's get a little realistic with ourselves. People can't throw their bodies around forever. They're not going to do what Ric Flair did till they're in their 60s. Give me a break, man. These guys, Goldberg and all these other fucking guys. Goldberg was a great name. I don't hate Goldberg so much, but for him to sit there and be willing to take title matches away from talent that's on the fucking roster and they're week after week performing in matches and making fools out of themselves, most importantly because of being with Vince McMahon's company, and not giving them a shot for the damn WWE Championship and taking the fucking title, that pisses me off. He needs to be focusing on the younger talent, utilizing his name and making those guys look good, whether it's in winning or defeat. I don't care which. The guy's got to be able to go at least 10 minutes. At least close to 10 minutes. Give me 8 minutes if you have to. But if you can't give 8 to 10 minutes like you used to back in WCW and in 2003 run that you had in WWE, there's no reason for you to be there. I'm sorry. But yeah, that's just my one little Goldberg rant. But yeah, this whole thing is stupid. Really. You got a company, you don't want to build stars, but yet you're going to go ahead and have older guys come on the show, do the same thing they used to do, and do nothing. I don't get it. I really don't. I don't understand why WWE even exists at this point. So, that took place with that match. Fucking retarded. Alright, next thing after that was Bianca Belair. She went ahead and she told the world how excited she was for her title run, how happy she was about that match she had with Sasha Banks at WrestleMania. She's talking about the different title defenses she's had. And then Carmella comes out and says she deserves a third rematch for the Smackdown Women's Championship. Folks, if you have a shot for a world title and you lose on that first attempt, you're done. That's the way this should go. You lose clean, you're done. It should be moved on to another opponent. But let's be real with ourselves. I hope we're not dummies here. And if you are, God help your soul. If you have someone losing and getting repetitive matches over and over again, that's only one sign that is telling me, and should be telling you, they ain't got a fucking women's division on SmackDown. Because they're not utilizing what they got. Once Carmella lost, we should have been moving on with Bianca Belair's next opponent. Not having a second week in a row where she has to defend the fucking title against the same freaking opponent that she already beat clean. Then she beat her clean in less the amount of time that she did it originally. So that's burying Carmella on top of it, making her less of a reasonable opponent for the future for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Very smart move there, good old Bruce and Vince. I don't understand these fucking people. I don't understand why they're in business. If you're not looking to build new stars, get the fuck out of business. Just get out. Sell the company. Get lost. You're wasting our time. We want to see good stuff on our television. We want to see logical programming. We want to see something that can entertain us and give us some peace of mind that we're not being insulted like a bunch of fucking idiots. And how in the fuck can these people go to these crowds that these people go to. WWE going to these crowds. And these crowds sitting there cheering for mostly all this shit that we are seeing at home. I would be sitting there going, why the fuck did I just waste my money? Really. I'd sit there and go, why did I waste my fucking money on this shit show? To be there, to sit there and listen to all these fucking idiots cheer for fucking nothing? What the hell did we get here tonight? We got shit. That's what we got, folks. Big giant wads of crap. That's all that can be said here. This was not a really good show at all. This was a complete waste of garbage. Oh, God almighty. So, after that, we get Sasha Banks showing up. Wait, I forgot something. Zelina Vega. Oh my God, this was the most fucking dumb thing I have ever seen in my life. You got a talent of women back there. And you are having Carmella come out, voicing her throwing her name in the hat for an opportunity for the Smackdown Women's Championship after she's lost twice. Not once, twice for the women's title. Then you send a woman who has basically, in my mind, not really sold out, but sold herself short. She don't have faith in herself. I'm not going to say she sold herself short. Sold herself out. She sold herself short. She has no belief in herself that she could have gone out and got a good job making an income with her husband. Her husband was able to break contract because of the contract he had with NXT originally while he went over to the main roster, and that's only a 30-day non-compete clause. So WWE decided to be able to sign her and re-sign her so she can go nowhere. Because imagine if her and her husband worked together in AEW, and her being this evil villain-like character, her and her husband would have been like Karrion Kross and Scarlett, man. They would have pulled off a great duo. I think they would have been able to pull that off amazingly. Malachi Black, though, is doing perfectly fine on his own. He didn't really need his wife, but his wife being involved with this would have been beneficial to her most importantly. But, look, man, this is fucking garbage, man. Really, this is shit. So, you got Zelina Vega coming out, throwing her name in the hat, and what has she done since she's come back? From being absent for almost a year? She's lost every fucking match she's been in. That's number one. Number two, why is she even shooting her mouth off for an opportunity for a title shot? Why? Because she's a heel? What happened to Liv Morgan? She's been on a winning streak. She beat Carmella. She beat Zelina Vega. Both of them. Both of them. And we're seeing these two schmucks requesting a title match for Bianca Belair's title. Oh my fucking Lord. We should have been seeing Liv Morgan challenging for the women's title. If you're going to take anyone out there, pick any person to literally say, I want to challenge you for your SmackDown Women's title. I had to work my ass off just to get into the damn Money in the Bank ladder match. Got screwed, basically, because truthfully, if you really think about it, every woman in that Money in the Bank ladder match got screwed heavily. I mean, Liv Morgan belonged in an opportunity for the championship. Now, granted, I wouldn't have made it for SummerSlam. It would have had to be on a SmackDown episode. But the woman deserved a shot to show off her skills with a higher level talent on their women's division on Smackdown. But no, we didn't even see Liv Morgan at all. We got to see Zelina Vega, who has been losing every fucking match every single week since she's returned. So, yeah, that made loads of sense to me. So Zelina Vega and Carmella, apparently, instead of attacking each other and wanting to kick each other's ass, besides Bianca Belair, they're working together as their allies, beating the shit out of each other, and Sasha Banks comes down to the ring to save the day. Now, some people would say, holy shit, that was fucking awesome. But later on in the show, after they win the fucking tag team match, which was announced after this bullshit attack occurred, we get a match with these two, they win the match, and then Sasha Banks turns heel. Don't get me wrong, I'm not mad about that. But why did the match even have to take place to begin with? They could have just had her turn heel at this segment. Every fucking thing they do is rinse and repeat. It's like the same fucking pattern. Change the pattern up. Back in the day when you had a heel turn or a babyface turn, they did it during these kinds of segments. They didn't have to have a match to make that take place all the time. They sometimes do heel changes or babyface changes in the middle of regular promos, like what we just saw. But no, they didn't do that. They went ahead and turned her heel at the end of the show. Like, we didn't fucking know that was gonna happen. Give me a break. The fact is, they were just trying to fill up a main event spot, which is the most fucked up thing I ever heard. They didn't even have a main event spot on the show. They just pulled this one right out of their ass to get this awe-inspiring heel turn that nobody was expecting. Give me a fucking break. I saw that a mile away. If you didn't see that, you're an idiot. She was turning heel before she left television. She was turning heel when she was going into WrestleMania, for God's sakes. You gotta be a fucking moron not to realize that. Holy crap. How can these people... What's happened to WWE fans? Are they that fucking dumb? I'm sorry, this is an AEW channel. This is an elite wrestling channel. We don't sit here and sugarcoat nothing when it comes to WWE shit. Nor do I sugarcoat anything when AEW fucks up. My God, what the fuck kind of crap is this? You gotta be the biggest dummy on the planet to not know that Sasha Banks was not gonna turn heel. Or was gonna turn heel. You gotta be the biggest fucking dummy walking on the face of the planet not to know this. Alright. Let me get off of this subject, because I've just been sitting on this subject for the last 5-10 minutes, possibly. And been boring the shit out of you guys. Or you may have been entertained by my rant. And if that's the case, I'm happy to entertain. If I didn't, I apologize. I just am dumbfounded by the bullshit that goes on in this company. I just found it very, very pathetic. Alright, so after that, after this whole Carmella bullshit and Zelina Vega, Sasha Banks, and Bianca Belair promo segment, we get a 24/7 title championship match. Why is this on SmackDown? Isn't the 24/7 championship a Raw championship? So all 24/7 title matches should be shown on Raw? Not SmackDown, because SmackDown should be the premier show at this point. They're shown on Fox. USA's the piece of shit now because they probably have not given the most amount of money compared to what Fox has given WWE. So WWE gives Fox the more premier product than USA will get from Monday Night Raw. You getting my drift here? Why you would see Roman Reigns on Smackdown instead of Monday Night Raw because Fox gave them more money. So they're going to give them the biggest superstar they got on their show, and that's Roman Reigns. And they have the 24/7 title on SmackDown, the premier show. Are you fucking kidding me? With Reggie going one-on-one with Chad Gable. Originally, it looked like Otis was going to be challenging for the title. They switched it up. They made it Chad Gable. Otis got in the middle of the match, and they called it a disqualification. Now, let me get this straight. Is this title considered to be a regular singles championship where you have to win and it's the champion has the advantage in a scheduled match? Or is this an anything goes type match where it's 24/7 and anyone can challenge you for the title? I just don't get the logic behind this title. That's probably one of the main reasons why this title is being treated like shit. If they wanted to make this into a workhorse championship, I'm okay with that. But the Intercontinental title is supposed to be that. Unfortunately, it is not. Reggie walks away, who was formerly known as Reginald. They couldn't stand the name Reginald, so they thought, why not let's shorten it a little bit more, just a little bit more, and call him Reggie. Yeah, Reggie, sure. What a crock. So the next segment on the show, guys, was Finn Balor and Roman Reigns. And this is where the show went for a turn in the wrong direction. It went in a downward spiral. Roman Reigns and Finn Balor sitting in the middle of the ring getting ready to sign a contract. And Roman Reigns, you know, I'm sitting there, I'm going to myself, okay, they just swerved us big time. They got Roman Reigns having John Cena out. And they got Roman Reigns, Finn Balor in for SummerSlam. And I was like, well, they took the big name star out and they got Finn Balor in. Maybe they'll just make something out of this and something good will come upon this. All right, fine. I was thinking maybe in the back of my mind they were still going to weasel John Cena into this matchup regardless of what we're seeing here on television, which eventually they did, but in the shittiest of ways. So let's get right into it. Roman Reigns, he's sitting there, he's complimenting Finn Balor. He says, you're not like John Cena. You're original. You're different. You don't talk a lot. You just do what you do. You get in this ring. You prove you're the absolute best. I got a lot of respect for you. He's saying a lot of respectful things to Finn Balor. And he said, at the end of the day, Finn Balor, I don't have any problems with you, but I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to go in this match, I'm going to smash you, and I'm going to pin you, and I'm going to send you back packing to NXT. Finn Balor gets on the mic and he says, man, you must have a lot of confidence in yourself to be saying all that bullshit. And he goes ahead and he says, you know what? You can say whatever you want, but at the end of the day, at SummerSlam, once it's all said and done, I'm going to be the new Universal Championship and bringing that title back to NXT instead. So that was kind of cool. Roman Reigns already signed the contract, and Finn Balor's about ready to sign, and then all of a sudden, Baron Corbin, fucking Baron Corbin comes out of nowhere, attacks Finn Balor. Like, what did Finn Balor do to you? Well, what the fuck was I watching here? He attacks him, throws him like a rag doll behind the commentary booth, and then gets in the ring and tries to attempt to sign his name on the fucking contract as if he's going to challenge Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship. I don't believe what I'm seeing here. And then all of a sudden, John Cena's music hits. He's running down the ramp into the ring and delivers another FU to fucking Baron Corbin. I believe he hit an FU in that segment. And then out of nowhere, he's taking a blue Sharpie, writes his own name, Cena, on the contract, and then signs it with the blue Sharpie. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not a, guy that's in the legal law of contracts and all that, but if you have someone's name printed on the dotted lines on a contract where it was supposed to be Roman Reigns versus Finn Balor, and they're supposed to be signing the contract, and yet their name is erased with a blue Sharpie pen, signed with another name, isn't that contract null and void? Doesn't that matter? Apparently, in WWE's logic, that don't mean shit. That don't mean fucking shit. So, he signed his name, Cena. Roman Reigns is just sitting there with a growling look on his face, looking like he's about to burn a hole through Cena's head. Doing absolutely nothing. He didn't get up, do a Superman punch, a spear, nothing. He just stood there and looked at him like as if, you fucking asshole. And that's it. Segment ends. We go backstage after commercial. Paul Heyman is trying to make sense of this. He is like me. He's going, what the hell are you doing? You got Finn Balor's name on this contract for him to sign, and he couldn't sign it because he was attacked. And you got Cena putting his name with a blue Sharpie pen and then signing it with that same exact pen. Are you kidding me? This is not law-abiding. This contract's null and void. It doesn't matter. He's not part of this contract. He can't be counted as the opponent for the Universal title. Now, you'd say, Adam Pearce should have went ahead and said at this point, you know what, Paul Heyman, you're right. This was not the right way to go. Cena totally messed up this contract signing, and so did Baron Corbin. We should not be giving Cena this matchup. But Cena came here with legit reasons to why he wanted a challenge for the title. And as a fighting champion, Roman Reigns did not take the challenge. And Cena was first in issuing that challenge. Now, Finn Balor's a well-deserving opponent. He's done great things in NXT. He's been great on this show so far, since returning back to the main roster. Let's just put these two men in a one-on-one match next week on Smackdown to find out who will be the number one contender, and whoever does will come back to this contract, redo it, and sign it over again. That's all they had to do. They had a big match next week. They would have probably boosted their ratings 10 times more. From what I'm hearing is Cena is having dark matches on live shows so he can brush up on his wrestling. So it turns out to be a good show between him and Roman Reigns. So why not utilize his appearance and have him compete on live television since he's already having dark matches? Cena and Finn Balor is a great match. Nobody's ever seen it before. And if it has happened, I think maybe it happened once. I can't remember off the top of my head these two guys ever facing each other. So that would have been a great match. Number one. Number two, if you wanted Cena to win and Finn Balor to lose, how would Finn Balor be looking bad in this situation? He wouldn't. He'd be looking good. Yes, he would be losing, but if he lost in a close 20-minute matchup with John Cena, and they had a really good match, who the fuck cares? He had a great match with a great name, and he wasn't overlooked. He wasn't treated like a lump of shit. At least he was given an opportunity to earn his right to say, fuck you, Cena, you ain't getting your shot, I am, and kiss my ass, and I'm going to re-sign for this contract. How dare you do that to me? And at the end of the day, that's not what we get. We get Adam Pierce bags saying, oh, don't worry about it. You're having Roman Reigns face John Cena anyway. I don't see anything wrong with this contract. He has his name signed. Are you fucking kidding me right now? Really? Are you fucking kidding me with this crap? You gotta get the fuck out of here with this garbage. Then the audacity these people have. You guys want to talk about Karrion Kross getting fucked on the main roster. Finn Balor got fucked the first time. Now Finn Balor's back on this freaking main roster for a second time. They got Baron Corbin, Finn Balor next week. It's not even for a SummerSlam match. It's not even for a pre-show match. It's a fucking Smackdown match. I guarantee you, folks, this man Finn Balor will not even be on the SummerSlam's main card this year. I guarantee it. He will not. And I will also mention, if Baron Corbin happens to beat Finn Balor next week on SmackDown, the reviews for the WWE program is done. I won't be reviewing SummerSlam. I won't review one fucking shred of WWE product content. I will not. You guys want to complain about Karrion Kross, Finn Balor losing to fucking Baron Corbin would be the ultimate burial of all burials. This guy's been losing to everybody, looked like a schmuck on national television, looks like he's getting his own personal burial. They're making him look like he's going broke, yet he's still working for the company. This makes absolutely no fucking sense whatsoever. All because he lost a fucking crown and he's no longer called King Corbin. Who the fuck gives a shit? What garbage? Ultimate, bona fide garbage. Fucking A. Any of you that likes this shit, seriously, get your brain checked, man. Use your head and open your eyes. For the people that already have their eyes open, thank you for being intelligent. Thank you. Jesus Christ. The next match on the card was Cesaro, Big E, and King Shinsuke Nakamura versus Bobby Roode, Dolph Ziggler, and the so-called WWE Intercontinental Champion Apollo Crews. Now, I don't know if you guys have noticed of late, Apollo Crews seems to lose a lot. And I mean a lot. It's pretty fucking pathetic. He's your Intercontinental Champion. There is no reason for this man to be losing. And yet he loses again on this show. Takes the pinfall by Shinsuke Nakamura by a Kinshasa. And loses by pinfall. You gotta be fucking kidding me. What a joke. So Edge is supposedly coming out. He comes out and he has a massive ovation, which I'm actually happy for this match. This is one thing on the fucking show I enjoyed. Edge is coming down to the ring during the commercial break. Seth Rollins comes out. He attacks Edge from behind on the ramp, and Rollins destroys Edge and hit him with a camera as he tried to get back up. Cole says Edge was helped to the back after the attack. Rollins takes the mic and tells fans to shut up. He rants about how what goes around comes around, and how Edge has done nothing but take from him. Rollins calls it a revolution, and he's a revolutionary. Rollins shows us a video package of recent events that led to where he and Edge are now. Perfect stuff. You know, explaining his reasoning behind why he is pissed off at Edge. It makes sense. Rollins shows us a video. Oh, I already read that. Sorry. Rollins says he is not ashamed. That was a hard thing to do, but the right thing to do. Fans chant, "We want Becky." Okay. You're chanting, "We want Becky" during a Rollins promo because he's married to Becky Lynch. Alrighty. So Rollins says he is the rightful heir to the Universal Championship. And if he can't be champion, neither can Edge. He tosses the mic and laughs, and then exits the ring as fans boo. Let me put it to you this way. Rollins needs to stop with the laughter. This guy needs to stop sounding like he's a mental patient and needs to go to fucking, some mental facility. It's kind of retarded. He needs to be more serious. He needs to be upset. He needs to be outraged by what's been going on with him, like what he did at Money in the Bank. He was pissed off. He almost blew out the fucking microphone. That's the kind of Seth Rollins we need to see from him. Enough with the laughter. There's no need to be laughing. This is not a laughing matter, asshole. This is a part-timer taking your spot who works full-time on this roster, and you're looked down upon because Vince McMahon doesn't see you but nothing more than a lackey to his show, when you're probably one of the most talented wrestlers in the world. Yeah, he may have a shitty-ass attitude. Nobody may like his attitude and the way he talks or acts with the audience, but nobody can deny Seth Rollins of being a bad wrestler, because the man's a fucking good wrestler, if anything else. He's probably the best wrestler on this damn roster outside of AJ Styles, and he is most importantly being treated like fucking shit on this show, in this company. And I can't believe people complained about AJ Styles getting fucked over in TNA at the end of his run. God almighty, they made him look like Goldberg in WCW. This is the absolute biggest travesty I've ever seen by any company to do this kind of shit to a guy like AJ Styles. Seth Rollins is constantly fucked and made to look like an ass. I think he looks like a fucking complete idiot with the Monday Night Messiah bullshit character. Absolutely god-awful crap. The man's sitting there laughing all the time. What is he laughing about? The guy hasn't done nothing in the last 2 years since he buried freaking Bray Wyatt in 2019. Are you fucking kidding me with this shit? The fuck out of here. Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair in a tag team match against Carmella and Zelina Vega. Carmella taps out to Sasha Banks' submission hold. Okay, the boss statement. And that's how the match ends, with eventually them celebrating in the middle of the ring and leading to the bank statement. I think I said the boss statement. I apologize. If I said boss statement, I apologize. Bank statement. Who the fuck cares what the damn move is? It's a modified, backstabber, altered into, transitioned into a fucking crossface. Alright, let's get real with ourselves. But yeah, they're standing there celebrating, and at the end of all this, she backstabs her. And then hits and does the bank statement on Bianca Belair. And Sasha Banks turns heel. And that's how the show goes off the air. This should have happened many segments ago. And instead, we get this at the end of the show because they couldn't plan a better main event match. This is not main event match material. This is not. That contract signing was despicable. Probably the worst contract signing I have ever seen. Illogical, completely stupid. Baron Corbin having no reason to be there in the first place. For what? So he can sign his name on the dotted line and claim he's the fucking #1 contender against Roman Reigns at SummerSlam? Oh, dear Lord. How, I'm hearing rumors Rock is coming back for Survivor Series. Why the fuck would he want to come back to this shit? I don't give a flying crap about Roman Reigns at this point. I really don't, because the only thing they seem to care about is Roman Reigns, and eventually his ass will get so fucking tired of working for Vince McMahon, throwing his body around. By the time he's in his late 30s to early 40s, he'll say, you know what, Vince, I've had enough of beating myself up for you. I'm going somewhere else where I can make really good money and not have to kill myself for your sorry ass and this stupid wasted out company with no stars that are even equivalently the same as Roman Reigns. Finn Balor has gotten to a great level in his career because he didn't stay on the main roster and he went to NXT and reinvented himself back to the New Japan Wrestling character that made him famous and noticed by WWE. So they bring him back, and what do? They bury him. Well, not really. I'm not going to say burial yet until they make Baron Corbin beat him. And if that happens, folks, like I said earlier in this review, I am no longer reviewing any WWE content ever again. I will not. I will not review one motherfucking shred of content from this company. I already discontinued NXT. I, throw like an 8-10 minute video ranting about some of the things I saw on Monday Night Raw just to see what other fucking crap they decided to do. But come on, man. This is shit. This really is. And any of you people find this entertaining, you better look deeper into this. Stop being a simpleton, mindless dummy. Open your brains. Think. Be intelligent. Look for the details. Pay attention to the details. That's the important reason why this product sucks. Now, if you guys want to come on here and say, oh, you're just a whining little bitch, why do you got to worry so much about the details? It's just a fucking show. It's a show that should be used to help engage people to the detail of what is important. Paul Heyman sitting there going to Adam Pearce, dude, you got a contract that is not signed by the appropriate person that's named on the contract to begin with. How is this legitimately void? This is a null and void contract that can't count. Yet they count it anyway. People, this is terrible booking. This is terrible programming. And most importantly, this is fucking mentally stupid. It's an insult to our intelligence as people and human beings. And if you can find this entertaining, you're insulting yourself on top of it and showing how stupid and retarded you truly are. Now, if you're not retarded, subscribe to the channel. I greatly appreciate you being part of this channel because I absolutely love professional wrestling. If you hate wrestling, this is the show for you. This is not for fucking enjoyment. This is an insult to my intelligence, which WWE seems to do a very good job of doing. Insulting people's intelligence that want to use their brains and not sit there and act like a fucking couple of morons. Or in this case, thousands of morons. Okay? So hit the like button if you like this video, by the way. Hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to the channel, of course. And as always, leave a comment down below. I'll definitely get back to you on that. I thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the rant and review of this episode because God knows this was a fucking terrible show. And if you guys found it good, God help you. I mean that seriously. God help you. grow some brains, please, and then come back to me. Thank you for watching. Have a great night, guys. And the people that did not enjoy this show and agree with me, thank you for being intelligent, most importantly. Anyway, guys, I'll speak to you again soon. Bye.